We ready, Madam Clerk?
Your Honor.
Very good. We'll go ahead and call this regular meeting of the East Peoria City Council to order. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Decker.
Here.
Hill.
Here.
Mingus.
Here.
Sutherland.
Here.
Mayor Call.
Here.
All present, Your Honor.
Thank you. Please rise for the invocation. Remain standing for the pledge.
Shall we pray? Heavenly Father, thank you for this day and every day you give us. Based on recent weather events, many people have suffered loss of homes, loss of possessions, and worst of all, loss of life. Father, we ask you bring comfort and healing for all those involved. We ask you to show us what we can do here on earth for those in need. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approval of the minutes, please.
Mr. Mayor, I move that the minutes of the regular meeting held on September 17, 2024, and the minutes of the closed meeting executive session held on September 17, 2024 be approved as printed.
May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker. Any discussion? Hearing none. Roll call.
Commissioner Decker.
Aye.
Hill.
Aye.
Mingus.
Aye.
Sutherland.
Aye.
Mayor Call.
Aye.
All present voting, aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carried. Under communications, I do have two proclamations this evening. The first, whereas the City of East Peoria is committed to ensuring the safety and security of all those living in and visiting the city, and whereas fire is a serious public safety concern both locally and nationally, and homes are the locations where people are at greatest risk from fire, and whereas home fires caused 2,700 deaths in the United States in 2022, and fire departments in the United States responded to 360,000 home fires. And whereas roughly 3 out of 5 fire deaths happen in homes with either no smoke alarms or with no working smoke alarms, and working smoke alarms cut the risk of dying in reported home fires in half. And whereas smoke alarms sense smoke well before you can, alerting you to danger in the event of a fire in which you may have little as 2 minutes to escape safely. Residents should install smoke alarms in every sleeping room, outside each separate sleeping area, and on every level of the home. And whereas East Peoria's first responders are dedicated to reducing the occurrence of home fires and home fire injuries through prevention and protection education. And whereas the 2024 Fire Prevention Week theme, Smoke Alarms, Make Them Work for You, serves to remind us and the citizens of East Peoria the importance of having working smoke alarms in the home. And therefore, I, Mayor John P. Call, do hereby proclaim October 6th through the 12th, 2024, as Fire Prevention Week in East Peoria. And I urge all residents to make sure their homes have working smoke alarms and to support the efforts of the East Peoria Fire Department. And with that, Chief, if you don't mind coming up, and I'll have Commissioner Mingus present this, and then when he comes back, he can make a few comments. By the way, thank you and the entire fire department for all you guys do. We appreciate it. We're very blessed here.
Appreciate this council for their support. I lead a great department and we're happy to serve our citizens. So those guys and gals watching at home will be in all the schools, most of the daycares over the next couple weeks. And if you have a smoke detector, not only check the battery, new smoke detectors are 10-year batteries, but just push the button and make sure it works. If you don't have a smoke detector, call Central House, we'll get you one. And then I want to invite the public, obviously all of you folks, on the 13th of October, 2 o'clock is our annual memorial ceremony, and this time it's going to be at our new station out by ICC, and it's an open house. I've gotten phone calls for the last 6 months when they can come visit, and they can always come visit anytime, but if you guys are free and can make it, that would be great.
Very good, Chief. Commissioner,
No, thank you. Thank you, Chief. Just reiterate what Chief said. Fire department's there to help our citizens. If they need fire smoke detectors, they'll help them. I've said here, and I'll continue to say it, we've got the best fire department in the area, so if people need help with getting things set up or help in any way, please contact them.
Yeah, and I'd just like to point out, usually those batteries tend to go out at 3:30 in the morning. So, but seriously, check your batteries, and I know a lot of them are hardwired with the battery backup, but batteries should be changed at least annually, if not semi-annually. Usually we change ours around time change. It's a good way to remember. Very good. Second proclamation this evening. Whereas energy efficiency is the cheapest, quickest, and cleanest way to meet East Peoria's energy needs, avoid dangerous pollution, and reduce utility bills for residents and businesses in our community. And whereas smarter energy use reduces the amount of electricity needed to power our lives, which helps avoid power emissions and makes our home healthier, safer, and more comfortable. And whereas cutting energy waste saves U.S. households billions of dollars on the utility bills every year. And whereas a nationwide network of energy efficiency groups and partners has designated the first Wednesday in October as National Energy Efficiency Day. And whereas together we can contribute to our sustainability efforts by learning more about energy efficiency and practicing smarter energy use in our daily lives. And now therefore, I, John P. Call, Mayor of the City of East Peoria, Illinois, do hereby proclaim Wednesday, October 2nd, 2024 as Energy Efficiency Day in East Peoria, and encourage all citizens to join us in moving toward a more energy efficiency now and in the future. And Commissioner Hill, I'll turn that over to you since that's in your wheelhouse. Anything you want to add to that?
No, not really. Again, we've got the electrical aggregation here in town, but even to encourage folks to do what they can within their own homes, if that is not even checking occasionally, and I guess your water bill will show if you have leaks or run-ons, and even the slightest drips will cost you money. So those are also things that will save energy and water in this case. So, no. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner. Appreciate it. And then the last item under communications, we do have here listed the receive and file the IDOT Compliance Review number 73, covering receipt and disbursement of motor fuel tax funds by the city for the period beginning January 1, 2023 and ending December 31st, 2023. And with that, Madam Clerk, I'll turn it over to you.
That documentation was included in the packet, Mayor, and everything appears to be in order, so I think
very good.
Unless you guys have questions, we're good to go.
All right. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Any questions? I'm hearing none. Very good. Public comment. Anyone wish to address the council on an agenda item, please come forward. And there is actually no one to come forward. So with that, Commissioner Hill, I'll turn it over to you.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. Mr. Mayor, I move to adopt a consent agenda consisting of items numbered 1 through 7. Item number 1, adoption of resolution number 2425-065, resolution to approve payment of the scheduled bills listed on schedule number 10 in the amount of $2,961,844.87. Item number 2, adoption of ordinance number 4811 on second reading, and ordinance authorizing a special use for outdoor display of vehicles on the property located at 290 South Main Street in the city of East Peoria, Tazewell County, Illinois. Item number 3, adoption of ordinance number 4812 on second reading, and ordinance authorizing a special use for outdoor storage on property located at 398 High Point Lane in the city of East Peoria, Tazewell County, Illinois. Item number 4, adoption of ordinance number 4813 on second reading, an ordinance authorizing a special use for oil change services on property located at 2358 Washington Road in the city of East Peoria, Tazewell County, Illinois. Item number 5, adoption of ordinance number 4814 on second reading, an ordinance amending the sign regulations in the city of, regulations in the East Peoria zoning code for the purpose of allowing one additional off-premises sign in the levy district. Item number 6, adoption of resolution number 2425-059 on second reading, resolution approving paramedic training costs for the city's new firefighters at the Peoria area EMS office. Item number 7, adoption of resolution number 2425-060 on a second reading. Resolution to approve purchase of new LED marquee sign from S&S Signs Lighting and Electrical for Festival of Lights and other city special events and operations, as listed on the agenda for this meeting to be considered by omnibus vote.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker. Any discussion? Hearing none. Roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, I move you that items numbered 1 through 7 listed on the consent agenda be hereby approved and adopted, and the items numbered 2 through 7 having been read once by their title, having been laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection, be adopted as presented.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Mingus. Any discussion? I'm hearing none. Roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carried.
Mr. Mayor, I have 2 resolutions to be read at length tonight, so I will start with the first one, resolution authorizing the selling process for city-owned surplus real estate located at 1654 Meadow Avenue in East Peoria. Whereas the city has acquired the title to a parcel of real estate located at 1654 Meadow Avenue within the city of East Peoria through the abandonment provisions of the Unsafe Property Division of Article 11 of the Municipal Code 65 ILCS 5/11-31-1 at Seek, and this parcel is legally described in Exhibit A and depicted in Exhibit B, attached hereto and incorporated by reference here and after the property. And whereas the city has determined the property is surplus public real estate owned by the city, and the city considers the property to be excess property and unnecessary for city use or city purposes. And whereas the city seeks to sell the property pursuant to the process set forth under Section 11-76-4.1 of the Illinois Municipal Code, 65 ILCS 5/11-76-4.1, which provides for the appraisal of the property by a certified or licensed appraiser, and that the sale of the property by city officials, by a local licensed real estate agency, or by the public auction for no less than 80% of the appraised value. And whereas the property is further described by the parcel's current zoning classification, size, and use in Exhibit A, and whereas the City Council hereby finds that it is the best interest of the city to sell the property, such that the property can be developed and put to use by an interested purchasing party. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Tazewell County, Illinois, that Section 1, the above recitations are found to be true and correct. Section 2, the property, after obtaining an appraisal of the property by a certified or licensed appraiser, is hereby directed to be sold by any process set forth under Section 11-76-4.1 of the Illinois Municipal Code for no less than 80% of the appraised value. Section 3, city officials are hereby authorized to execute any documents necessary to initiate the sale or transfer of the property and to negotiate the terms of such sale or transfer of the property to an interested purchasing party. The terms of such sale or transfer of the property shall include payment by the purchasing party of the city's cost, including but not limited to the cost of the appraisal and the title policy if requested by buyer, recording fees, and city attorney fees in the amount of $500, together with the standard real estate agent commission rate if listed by a local real estate agency. Section 4, the city clerk is hereby authorized and directed to publish this resolution and any exhibits attached hereto, excluding Exhibit B, immediately upon the passage of this resolution by the City Council in a daily or weekly newspaper circulated in the City of East Peoria. Section 5, city officials in their discretion are hereby authorized to withdraw the property from the sale or transfer process for any reason they deem necessary or appropriate. Okay, Mr. Mayor, I move that resolution number 2425-064 be adopted as presented.
May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker.
Well, if you didn't get from all that description, is that we got property at 1654 Meadow that was abandoned, and it's say it's not in perfect shape, but one of the things that we have not acquired yet is the appraisal of that said property. But as one of the things that I've repeatedly told the people in my departments is that I do not look to demolish this property. I hate to demolish any property, especially where it can be, if there's a chance that it can be rehabbed and it's not in a state that that it's too far gone. And this one we don't know. I don't expect, based on what I've heard, but it might not be in the perfect condition. So if you're hearing this and this is approved tonight, then this is your notice, or one of your notices, that the process that could be bids that, we look for somebody to re-inhabitate this house. Personally, I would prefer it to be owner occupied, but I can't control all of that.
Very good. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carried.
Resolution establishing moratorium on issuance of special use permits and licenses for smoke and tobacco shops in the city of East Peoria. Whereas in September 2022, the City Council established regulations governing smoke and tobacco shops in the city of East Peoria as set forth in Chapter 35 of Title III of the East Peoria City Code, Smoke and Tobacco Shops. And whereas in addition to the regulations for smoke and tobacco shops set forth in Chapter 35 of Title III, a special use is also required to maintain a smoke and tobacco shop in a B2 business district in the city pursuant to the applicable provisions in Title V of the City Code zoning regulations. And whereas the city has recently received requests to establish smoke and tobacco shops in various commercials and redevelopment areas in the city that have created concerns raised by city officials and adjacent businesses. And whereas city officials are looking to review and reevaluate the process for granting special uses and licenses for smoke in tobacco shops and commercial and redevelopment areas of the city to address these potential concerns. And whereas it is the best interest of the city to place a moratorium on the issuance of any special uses or licenses for for smoke and tobacco shops in the city as proved herein, now therefore be resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Tazewell County, Illinois as follows. Section 1, a moratorium is hereby declared and established on the issuance of any zoning or special use permits or licenses for smoke and tobacco shops and any other permits of any nature whatsoever in which would allow the use of the property in a B2 or B3 business district within the city of East Peoria for a smoke and tobacco shop. As such, smoke and tobacco shops are defined under Chapter 35 of Title III of the City Code. Section 2, the moratorium declared by this resolution shall be effective October 1st, 2024 and shall expire April 1st, 2025 unless earlier terminated or hereafter extended by action of the City Council. Section 3, no person or entity shall operate a smoke and tobacco shop in a B2, B3 district within the city of East Peoria during the moratorium established by the resolution unless the smoke and tobacco shops have been lawfully in operation in the city prior to the imposition of this moratorium. Mr. Mayor, I move you that the resolution number 2425-062 be adopted as presented.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Mingus.
Again, as the full read disclosed there, that the smoke and tobacco shops we've got the rules and regulations that we've defined to, let's say, to regulate those. And right now there's a concern based on requests that have come in as far as the number and density that of smoke and tobacco shops in any given area. So we feel it's prudent at this time to put a moratorium on there while we review and better understand the needs of our community in this particular space so that we operate in the best interest of everyone.
Very good. Pretty self-explanatory. Any discussion? Hearing none. Roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Mr.
Motion
Mayor,
carried.
Mr. Mayor, that is it for me tonight.
Very good. Thank you, Commissioner Hill. Commissioner Decker.
I have nothing at this time, Mayor.
Very good. Commissioner Sutherland.
I have nothing tonight, sir.
Very good. Commissioner Mingus.
One item tonight, Your Honor. Resolution number 2425-063. Be resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Illinois, that resolution number 2425-063 here to attached, a resolution approving and accepting proposal from Commercial Irrigation, Inc. for the Eastside Center Water Irrigation Main Line Rerouting Project be approved. Mr. Mayor, I move that this resolution, number 2425-063, be accepted on its first reading as read by its title and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker. As everyone knows, we are upgrading Eastside Center and adding turf fields to it. All the softball diamonds are done. We've got one baseball diamond done with another baseball diamond in the work. And one thing, as we continue to move those fields to turf that we have to work on or I guess modify is the irrigation system that's up there. This proposal is for rerouting the irrigation from the baseball diamond or softball diamond complex to the soccer fields. I believe it's the baseball diamond to the soccer fields.
Yeah, correct.
Maybe not softball, so baseball.
Baseball, and yes.
Yeah. And then having a plan when we continue to upgrade those fields to be able to cap off the irrigation that is currently there. Total cost is $21,252.57.
Very good. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carried.
That's all I have tonight, Your Honor.
Very good. Thank you, Commissioner. Public comment. Anyone wish to address the council on a non-agenda item? Please step forward. And I'm seeing no one. Comments from the council. Commissioner Decker.
Thank you, Mayor. 2 items. First of all, next week is cleanup week, and I've had a lot of people ask about it, and it is always the first full week of October, and it's no different this year. It's going to be next week, the October 7th through the 11th. It should be on your normal garbage pickup day, unless they start to run behind. Then it's possible that they might be a day or two late. But last couple of years, they've been able to at least keep closer to the schedule. I want to remind everybody that a few things. First of all, everything that you have to set out, the rules are it's supposed to sit on, as far as a size of a pile, on a 4x8 sheet of plywood. Approximately 4 feet tall is what they're looking at. Some of the important things to remember this time of year, I always remember Seth's dad talking about making sure no one sets their favorite bike close to the road this time of year, because people are traveling around looking for things that might be set out. So you don't want to give the appearance that something is even close to being set out unless you expect it to go away. What I do ask, I ask this every year, that anybody that is taking advantage of driving around looking for things that they can salvage, please don't do so after dark. It's just a safety concern. You don't want to go, first of all, don't go up into people's property, but it's just a lot safer not to be doing it dark when traffic's on the road. We want to make sure that you're really visible. So we do encourage people that are into that, looking for things that could be recycled, used by others, by all means, but please don't do it in an unsafe fashion. Also, don't invite people from other communities to bring things to East Peoria. Used to, there were no rules as far as how much people were allowed to set out, and unfortunately, it was abused, which causes the need for the rules to be in place now. There are many horror stories about very large piles being taken away, taking care of expenses for businesses and everything else. So we've mitigated that the best that we can. I'm not one to step in when we give the authority to our foreman to make the decision of if a pile should be picked up or not. So if a foreman chooses that or looks and your pile is too large, I'm not going to step in and say, hey, go back and pick it up. So we give the authority to them to make the decision, and they do an excellent job. So we want them to keep doing that. And second, this last week, Wednesday through Sunday, we had the Traveling Vietnam Wall come to East Peoria. Such a great event again. I really feel like I joked with some people that we looked at the calendar 2 years ago and saw that it was going to be perfect weather, so we planned it that week. Obviously, that's not true, but we both times that we've had it here, we could not ask for any better weather. It rained the day before. It rained a lot. The ground was still wet, but it was just perfect. We had a lot of volunteers come help us set it up, and the volunteers throughout the entire time were just great. Can't say enough about the volunteers. Many of the volunteers were Vietnam vets themselves, and the amount of time they spent out helping people find names on the wall or just give them direction. It's really a wonderful thing to see. The work and effort it takes to set the wall up. It lasts for, I think it took us about 3 or 4 hours this time. It only took us around an hour or so to bring it down, so that was quite a bit better. But I really appreciate the help we had. First of all, for our own city staff, whether it be police, fire, public works, both Corys that help us out quite a bit. Taylor as well from Festival of Lights. Jeff Becker one night came down at about 10:30 at night and helped us try to get the lights on. We were having a problem with that. Jill Peterson, could not say enough about her. Just her willingness to jump in and help whenever she can is tremendous. And it would not have been the success it was without her assistance. Community Foundation as well. Without the Community Foundation, we wouldn't have had a vehicle, an easy vehicle to accept the checks that were sent. So we appreciate their efforts and their willingness to be that. But I talked to them before, but I want to make a special, say something special about Mayor Call. His support during this. The entire council has been supportive. The mayor went above and beyond. Just when it started to look like we weren't going to have all the funding that we need, just the assurance that now we'll make sure that the money is there. Fortunately, we did get more donations and everything worked out well, but I really appreciate that. It's great being part of a community that sees the value in something like the Traveling Vietnam Wall. And if anybody questions the value, man, all you have to do is be out here when a family comes, one of the Gold Star families that lost loved ones, not only in the Vietnam War, there were many other conflicts that were represented with plaques. And being a firefighter, one of the eeriest things that I've seen in a long time was the helmet that was there, that was retrieved from the rubble after the towers came down. And I don't know how long it sat there, but there was just very little left about how much it burned away. But it was given to the group from the family of the fallen firefighter, and just the recognition of what it took, unfortunately, to have that there. It's great to be part of that event. I love doing it, but man, this community time and time again comes out in full support of things like this, and it just made it perfect.
Well
That's it,
said.
Mayor. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Hill.
Okay, I have 4 items. The electronic recycling event. We have one coming this Saturday, October 5th. It's at the Festival Building. It's a drive-through event, so you stay in your car so you can get rid of electronics. Folks, don't bring tires, batteries. You can find out in the Festival Building is 2200 East Washington Street. So it's open to residents throughout the area. Businesses are not eligible. There's a whole slew of electronics, everything from actually ink cartridges. To me, I don't consider much electronic, but they're on the list. Laptops, cameras. Now there are some items that have a fee, but according to what I've seen in multiple places, including this is put on by the way by the Tazewell County Health Department, and the disposal fees, which are listed as $10 for CRT monitors, LCD monitors, and there's various costs. Console TVs $40 and projections TV. But it says right here that if you have ID proof of being a Tazewell County resident, that fee is waived. So you may find that That is true. It should be, because it's on multiple pieces of communication. That'd be one thing. So again, if you want full details, you can go to the East Peoria, City of East Peoria website. There's also a flyer that's been put on the citizens of East Peoria, so you can find out various more details there. Bright Spot Award winners for September, Business, Church, and School category. It's One College Drive. It's ICC. Springfield Road area, it's 215 Visick Avenue. It's Rosetta Childers. Illini Drive area, it's 2205 Fond du Lac Drive, Karen Hageman. And Richland Pekin Avenue area, 142 Chicago Street, Salvador and Karina Alvarez. And Meadows Avenue area, it's 208 East Ridge Road, James Booth. So as in years or months past, those individuals will get Bright Spot awards. They'll get the honor of having the sign in the yard, and that will conclude the Bright Spot Awards for this year, and they'll resume next June. So most of these events are coming out of our Beautification Commission. So we also have on that same day, so if you don't have anything to do after you drop off your electronics, you can run down to this building, Civic Plaza here, the fall bulb and mum sale. So that is from 9 a.m. until noon or until they sell out. So again, you can come down and get some various bulbs if you're a gardener. The sale is restricted to East Peoria residents and those residents in Sunnyland that are in the city of East Peoria. And the last thing here is the Fall Halloween Yard Decorating Contest. So this is a new contest. It's got two different categories of Best Fall Harvest and Halloween Yard Decorating Contest. So eligible properties are just like the bulb sale, all East Peoria residences and those Sunnyland residences that are considered to be inside the city. You can find out details of this contest on the city website, but the entry deadline that you do need to know is 11:59 p.m. on October 16th, and the winners will be picked on October 21st. So if you want Halloween decorating, flowers, recycle, you're all set for this weekend. 2 out of the 3 are happening this Saturday. So with that, Mayor, I'm done.
Very good. Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Sutherland.
I got a couple things tonight, Your Honor. Springfield Road is coming along great. It's been milled. They started blacktopping it. I'm sure it's going to be blacktopped, weather permitting, here forthwith and striped. Don't get a speeding ticket. It'll be a speedway, folks. I was watching a program about an emergency vehicle going to a house, and they couldn't find the address. And I, a couple weeks ago, was looking for an address in my hometown here, and I couldn't find the address on the house. Listen, folks, if you want to do anything for emergency vehicles, put your address plain to see on your house, on your curb. If there's more than one mailbox out front, don't count on that. But just make sure that they know where you're at, because they'll come if they can find you. And it didn't turn out good for the person on the program, by the way. I'm sure everybody's heard of an item called bath salt. It's sold at some gas stations, some smoke shops, and other places. There's another drug out there that is, be on the lookout for it, especially with the youth. I'm going to spell it. I'm going to try to say it. I'm going to screw it up. It's Kratom, Kratom. And I've read nothing good about it. It's illegal in 6 states, and another 20-some states are trying to get it knocked off next year from being sold. It's taken our youth out, and it's cheap, and it's deadly. That's my opinion. I'm glad we have everybody up here on the council tonight, because the last 2 or 3 sessions I was having to second motions, and I dislike that very much. I'm done.
Very good. Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Mangus.
Just one quick item, Your Honor. Chief Zimmerman already mentioned it, but it's worth mentioning again that our firefighter memorial, it will be October 13th at Station 2, starting at 2 p.m.
Very good. Station 2 up by
is the
ICC.
new station.
The new one.
It's a great event. Public's welcome.
Open house?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Got to go check it out.
I'm going.
Thank you, Commissioner. So October is a very busy month throughout the city, so just a couple more events to add to the plate here. This Thursday, October 3rd, from 4:30 to 6:30 at the Paradise is the Chamber's annual Oktoberfest. It's a business expo. It is free and open to the public, and I believe they have like 40 businesses already registered, maybe higher than that now. That was as of last week. So if you're looking for a good time, it's free and open to the public, and it's a great way to network and see what businesses are not just in the East Peoria community, but members of the chamber, so they could be the surrounding areas as well. But always a great turnout, free and open to the public. And then I'll mention it again at the next meeting, but just to put it out there now, the date, Friday, October 18th, from 5 to 8 p.m. down in the Bass Pro parking lots, the annual Cops and Rodders Trunk or Treat. And if you've never been there, it is thousands turnout for that thing. That is crazy. It doesn't matter if it rains or if it's a decent night out. It's always been a great turnout. And I know it says cops in there, but the fire department's always participated, and that's a big hit as well down there. But just a nice little community event that's put on here, and very well attended. And then last but not least, I'd just like to echo Commissioner Decker's comments on the Vietnam Traveling Memorial Wall. It's absolutely worth every dime it takes to get that thing here. Is all you have to do is spend part of a day or part of an evening or come at night, quite honestly, to meet with some of the folks that come down here. And it's really a wall of healing. It does people a lot of good. One of the things that I want to point out, and I think they'll get national recognition for it, is the Penguin project that the Honor Flight did. So they had two charter buses full of veterans that cannot make the Honor Flight out to DC, and they had a full day. And it wasn't just coming down here for the wall, it just happened to be here during that timeline. But they had a full day that started at the Peoria Civic Center. They went out to the 182nd. They were treated to a nice lunch and got to see some of the military equipment out there. And then they were bussed over here and spent some time down here at the wall. And I know how much that meant to them since they couldn't make the trip to DC. One of the features that that Doc and Mike, the two gentlemen that brought the wall in to East Peoria, brought this time was a new set of panels from all those fallen heroes from 9/11 and citizens that lost their lives that day in the Twin Towers. And then they had memorial walls from Desert Shield, Desert Storm timeline, all the way through Grenada, Afghanistan, and Iraq. And I think once the word got out that folks can come down, we saw a lot of veterans from those conflicts come down and find some of their buddies and friends and relatives on those as well. So it was a job well done. We appreciate those guys. You know, I know a lot of people were inquiring, can we bring it back every year? No, that takes away from the wall. So this is something that's recommended to bring into town every 3 to 4 years. So we'll look to bring that back in about 3 to 4 years. So, but I appreciate all the efforts, like Commissioner Decker mentioned, a lot of volunteers, city staff, and all you guys did to organize it. So another great event. And with that, I would seek a motion to adjourn.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we adjourn until Tuesday evening, October 15th, 2024 at 6 p.m.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting, aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. We are adjourned until we meet again.